more yapping about. Of course, this is a part of the job, so sorry to everyone at home, but we are ready to kick things off. Map number 1. It is the first time we see Astralis in that new look play online tournaments. And it's not the first time for Big, but they would be hoping to change it up, because recent times have not necessarily been too kind to the big boys, especially to Searson, who we mentioned, one of the players that used to thrive in online Counter-Strike a couple years ago. Now he's sitting on 0.98 in the last couple of online tournaments for Big. So surely, after a rejuvenating performance here up against Astralis.
CT side start for Astralis, and Big, the classic, out towards long. And Stare wants to kind of get ahead of the play here. Doesn't want Big to take that much space for free. Smoke providing a little bit of cover, but Stone is going to shoot right on through it. Does Julie's wreaking havoc already. JDC is going to be one of the survivors that gets across to safety, but still needs to find some of these kills. And Big are yet to find one. Tabson, the last man left standing, and he stands alone. And it has to be the final stand, really, from him. But a single Glock kill is all he can boast about as Astralis start this one in incredible fashion.
Okay, if how we're gonna start it off is just down mowing 2 people down through a smoke straight away, was there an HE to break the smoke? Because if there wasn't, that's absolutely mental. That Stown gets away with a triple out of there. Of course, 2 of them through the smoke, and the boost made it even more uncomfortable there for Big on the bomb side itself. It's a good start for Astralis, as we pointed out, a map that used to be one of the big strengths. I mean, back in the day, all maps were a big strength for Astralis. When you think about the iteration that we're talking about, right? The legendary lineup. Taking a look at the 1xbet odds, though. 127 for Astralis. So heavy favorites going into this one. Of course, on the back of top 4 finishes in both EPL and Chengdu. It couldn't be otherwise. Looking like one of the best teams in the world right now, and with a lot of potential to become Euros for free. But you gotta be of legal age, and of course, make sure stay responsible with it. Only play with what you can afford to lose, is what wise men say.
Wise men also say only fools rush in, and well, Big not going to go rushing into anything right now, as they are going with
I think the
quite a slow
continuation of
approach.
that smoke was, but pretty girls make fools out of wise men. So let's not go down that path, right? Shall we? Let's stick to Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's a little bit early for lyricism, I suppose. I mean, but
It's never early for a coacher.
that is also true.
Ooh!
Device.
Speaking of coacher, a Searson scout headshot on those 2. We're back to 2021 online Counter-Strike, baby. Give me more.
Device down with his op already. Doesn't really get to do all that much with it. And that's really a warm welcome back to Dust 2. Going down through the doors. Pretty much on the straight gun round. Yeah. Something that Astralis are going to have to account for sure. It's going to be that long presence, that big cover for a little bit later on. They hold on to control, now relinquish it a little bit. And JDC sprinting up short. Bro has his eyes set on him. Searson is going to need to replicate some of that scout magic now in this 1 versus 2. But Bro, he doesn't need to see you.
Duties, let's put it that way around the map. It's always nice to get a nice little multi-kill to start us off. And it's the same for Stare here in towards long, as he mows down those pistols trying to get out of the long door. So far so good for Astralis though. A near perfect start. I mean, the previous round was looking fairly scrappy, but you were able to recover. And Stone is still just killing people through smokes. We go back to Dust 2 and we go back to the good old Glaive NVIDIA settings.
Well, this T-side hasn't gone to plan so far for Big. They need to get the grips with a gun round pretty soon. Don't want Astralis to build up any momentum. This was meant to be, you know, maybe a map that you catch Astralis a little bit by surprise. Nothing surprising them just yet. Searson lands the dink, but the USP better than the P250 this time around. And Crimbo cannot do anything.
Are we looking at DMR12? It's going to be extremely difficult to justify going for retakes, especially if you've purchased into a double up setup in towards B. So yeah, I feel like now we're entering that stage of the game where a change in economy might be desperately needed if you want to keep players, well, intrigued and trying to retake that B bomb side. But with that being said, first proper buy round here for Big, with Searson on an AWP rather than a scout. AKs for everybody. A bit of a default being brought in for the T's to start us off. And it is looking like a bit of a short lean for now, but Oh, posted on the angle for Device, playing the deeper one as well, dodging the first couple flashes there. You might not be ready for that off angle. It's a pretty risky one, but if you get the first kill and you drop down CT immediately, it could work out perfectly. He's going to start moving forward. Oh, spotted the head of one. Falls down though.
Yeah, dropped a little bit too soon, sooner than he would have wanted. And JDC is going to battle back for this control here, as Big yet to really make up their mind on where they want to be heading, but they have a lot of pieces of the puzzle right now. Astralis happy enough just holding on to that long control, giving up short, of course. Can't really hold on to both of them, just too much resources required. But Big, they are now running the clock quite thin. That's a monster HE that lands onto JDC, and Stown getting up close now could be a massive problem. He might be able to get ahead of this play. He's going to see that flash, yeah, and he's going to get all that information. This is great information right now for Astralis, but the B players right now are on an island. Flash through, Stown wants to try and do it all. He even lands the dink there. Yabi trying to lock in this round. The B defense yet to even be tested, and it might not be. Eventually, Yabi is going to collect yet another kill, and they just lock in that round. Nice idea. Big leave it late, but what an adjustment on the fly from Astralis.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, you're running that B split there. You're trying to separate the maps 2 points for the CTs, right? Just draw a line in between. This is what the T side on Dusty has always been centered around, right? Keep them on the right hand side, then we go for the split in towards B. Smokes go in, JDC drops down CT, you're focused on the B players, and then suddenly Stone is just running, flying through a smoke with a flash from Device. That was a great call on the fly there for Astralis. One of the things that obviously I think it was either Rug or Yabi that focused on in one of the most recent interviews that they gave, it was the fact that the communication just seems to be flowing really nicely in the team, right? Really quick, I guess, flow of ideas. Everyone's being extremely vocal with it. Everyone's sharing on how to react. Everyone's reading the game really nicely, and we're seeing signs of that early on for Astralis. I mean, look at the confidence that they're bringing into this one. Searson finally gonna find one in return. Picks up an AK-47 for his troubles as well. Gonna try and maximize the casualties for the CTs right now, but it's not really going to happen.
A little bit of belief.
Sure. Yeah,
that might be what a big.
You don't want to feel them. You don't want to make them feel like they will just run away with the first half, getting 9-10 rounds on your map pick, right? You can tell that Astralis are gonna start having a lot of fun, and it's nice to see that they're able to deny the Oper for going for that opening, but you can't deny Device from looking for something in towards the lower tunnels and Crimbo. Oh, the timing is absolutely awful. Didn't even see the op.
Oh, the timing is extremely cruel, but Stair going down is going to mean that Astralis are going to have to adjust this defense once again. You can see Stan getting it involved in an engagement over towards long. He's going to have to give that one up, and Astralis decide to play from the side here, but that could still be a big problem, especially with this short play about to be happening. Yabi gets absolutely nothing from that scenario. Stone mollied off, needs to try and get away to safety, but there's absolutely no safety here right now. Not for him.
Eyes on it. Low HP.
Could be perfect.
No.
No.
What? It fell on the other side of the box? That could have taken him down. Molotov's still going to force one of those players out of position, I believe. Oh no, they've repositioned in towards the plat. Never mind. Ramp is not safe when you're playing up against Bro, but Tapson will tap him away. So Big finally get their first one, and that was a great reaction to go up short, but in the end of the day, it does become a little bit scrappy. We're in a 2 versus 4, but one successful HE away from making a good go at this, and Device is going to lock them down. That's a big double kill. You're on the T side, but you've already lost 4 people, and Device wants to make sure he doesn't lose his life, but Process is in a much more fragile state than his opponent. Fight for a second. Never mind.
They go the other way. Searson had some success with the scout in one of the earlier rounds. Sees absolutely nothing as Astralis will fight for long and win right now, forcing Big back and denying any control for the German side over towards this part of the map early on. Seems to be high on Astralis's priorities.
Yeah, not really challenging in towards middle. I guess we'll get to see that point of Astralis going aggressive in towards lower and towards top mid at some point, but for now just focused on the extremities as you pointed out, and this is where Big are bringing the fights to them. JDC sticking his way up short though, and he's been extremely silent with it. Down. Gotta be careful with it. That's another big nade, and once again it's on top of JDC. like a magnet, but the B split might be coming over.
Oh, Tabson just got a glimpse. That's all he needed. Device is invested in this. Long fight right now is actually Big are going to reroute. It looked like they were heading over towards B, but they decided to go towards short. That's such a quick peek from Process and Device. He just couldn't react in time. Stare trapped in towards the pit right now, and you can see how awkward it is for him. He wants to win this fight. Now realizing, of course, short is a massive possibility. Bomb planted. Astralis, their money was looking great. Not in this scenario right now. I don't think you can go for this. And Big making the correct adjustments once again. Finding the frags, just thinning Astralis out. And then taking full advantage of the holes that they just poked in that defense.
I'm not sure if that was just a good reaction from Big after Process spots out 2 players in towards long to redirect the majority of their forces in towards short, but it turned out really nicely, right? Stown had all the responsibility for both middle and as well for short because his 2 teammates wanted to play and focus in towards the extremity of the B bomb site, so yeah. I guess Yabi in the impact, and he's a pretty smart guy. Knows how to pick his fights. Quite disciplined. Big though, getting 2, trying to bring up the pace in towards long. This time around will be Tabson.
Yeah, but it's met with a lot of resistance. Yeah, past tense. And this round, they'll have to move forward without him. Try and just find a way back. You lose that long control. You can see the aggressive position from Stare. And he's just going to hold on to it here. He's got Stown in support. These 2 rifles could be in a fantastic position, but Stown kind of trying to cross here. Stare trying to hold on, dodging the flashes to perfection, and coming away with 2 kills is absolutely massive. Eventually traded out by that scout, but the damage is already done. Long has been held for such a long time, but Searson has yet to have his say. Yabi though, in this position, does Searson read into it? Absolutely not. Blindsided as he
finally see that aggression in towards middle that we pointed out. Astralis didn't really bring forward at the start of this, but this round, looking a bit more A-heavy from Big early on. They are aware of the possibility of a play like this, but I think if you're Astralis, you're not meeting any resistance. You surely don't over-peek into this one. Not yet.
Yeah, not at all. Stare forced away here from long. Big are going to take that control, and he's going to look for the safety in the site. You see Yabi clearing out absolutely everything. Now, Big don't realize it, but they are pinched here. But it might not matter, especially if the fights go their way on the approach to this bomb site. But it's looking like that's their only option.
Yeah, tunnels is still a possibility, but I feel like now they're starting to ride it off. Device has picked up 1, and you've heard so many steps in towards long. The B comes in, sees 3 people. Doesn't land the shot, though. Process with a big pickup, but look at Yabi come in. Crimbo was actually holding for the flank, and Stare might be in a whole lot of trouble. But now, as you pointed out, Astralis know they haven't pinched in. Big know that they're being pinched in. But it's still 4 versus 3, and Astralis not really feeling too comfortable. Gotta go for a couple more fights there. Gets 1.
Yeah, still on the site as well, looking for a head to reveal itself. Doesn't like JDC being there, and he just completely overwhelms him. Oh, the smoke fades at a horrible moment. Bro just caught out completely in the open, and Stown reroutes over towards CT for now. Bomb is going to be planted big. They do manage to make something out of this round, but can Stown make something out of this clutch? This would be simply amazing right now, but surely eyes are going towards CT. Surely he's going to be spotted on the approach, and yes, Process was making sure.
Taking space is really important, more than on a not well, it's important on all maps, but on these two it's yeah, quite pivotal. And when you see the CT start to get active, then it's all about how you counter that, and you can see straight away trying to show some early presence in towards long, but still holding for the mid push. This time you've sent Crimbo all alone in towards B. You don't want to let Astralis get all that information. The previous round was great from Big, but you don't want to risk it too much, and this is the change. This is the adjustment.
A pretty similar round, except for the difference of Crimbo.
Yeah.
Astralis are
eyes on B.
Responding to that though, yeah, they're going to begin to walk through tunnels. Do they realize Crimbo is in this position though? Surely they're going to clear out this corner. And even if Bro goes down, Yabi should be in a position to trade. I say that. Crimbo does everything and more for his side right now, and he's calling for that rotation all the way back. He's taking that space over towards the B bomb site. And Astralis right now, not really much they can do about it.
you don't really feel like you can invest yourself into going for this round, right? You obviously realize you were just faked out with the presence in towards long, but I don't think you're putting all your eggs into the basket of catching the bomb on the way in towards the B bomb site. Now, if Device was to pick up another one on the cross, then maybe, but Stairs just got a Digo in towards the door, and he's not really going to be given too many fights. I say that. Smoke goes too deep, so Stair will get a couple shots off of that Dig, but none of them connecting to the head, and Searson's coming in from behind. He's got an AWP, so can't really mold him down altogether, but still will collect Device. There goes the second one. And yeah, they knew that Stair was in towards the B bomb side as well with that Dig. He's going to try and go for Searson and the AVP potentially to hold on to, but Big now starting to get a groove of that T side. And as we pointed out, it's pretty simple adjustments that you can go for in situations like those, right? You just make it look like it was pretty much the same round that you played last time around, with the little great stuff from Searson as well to close it out. He's on 7 kills already. 4, potentially looking at 5 on that T side. Took them long enough to wake up, but credit where credit's due. They've looked really good on the T side since they have been able to do so.
Well, they're here now, active on this T side, and now up against whatever Astralis could really bring to the table. The money was absolutely abysmal going into this round. Device left to his own devices, solo towards B, just going to be pivoting and rotating around, checking every possible angle he could be pushed from with that scout. And Astralis, they seem very invested in this long play right now. Now they realize exactly what is going on, but it might be too late. Yeah, this is a horrible scenario right now to be in with the scout. Amazing if he could make something happen. That molly is going to land in, not going to burn him just yet. Eventually he's going to have to move, and a little bit ambitious, but what was he meant to do?
I mean, in that situation, why not go for it? It's not like you have a choice, right? You need to attempt something. Maybe not in the pistol.
Yabi going to try and make his way out towards long. Process would have loved to get at least 1 kill and fall away here. You can see Tabson is actually taking a lot of space. Bro going down is going to be a little bit of a problem. Oh, the boost there. It's down. It's just spotting out Process. They'd love to flush him out of this position, but Process just hoping that he doesn't get spammed on through the car. And yeah, a familiar feeling for a lot of people, I'm sure. As Astralis are trying to get back to familiarity. Trying to take this T-pistol, but just can't make it past the long corner. Just being cut apart on the arrival. Tabson still has Device pinched in, but it's JDC to finish it off.
Obviously, he's holding on to a big part of his anchoring positions on CT. Scout with Device and a force buy without a bomb plant. No problem. Crimbo's out of the equation. Searson has been tagged down. Hold your breath. This round is on. They've walked out of middle. JDC is for a pretty unpleasant surprise.
Yeah, he gets his gun up in time. Down draft knows that the danger was now there. He did manage to trade that one back, so you're not going to be down a man for quite some time. Astralis are still going to try and lean over towards this B bomb site.
Yeah, that's where you want to have the scout when he's low on HP though, right? Yeah. Headshot angle, in towards the last box. Device does he clear it out, spots him out, baits out the shot. Oh, this is tricky now, and JDC finds one, but Searson will go down. JDC needs a big round, and he's all low. Rotations are not going to be that quick. A little bit of damage done. Out of ammo though, and he's going to spam it through. Bomb's going to get planted. Retake needs to go on. They need to go quickly with it as well.
And they are though. Mollies are going to rain in. Smokes down, Device though stopping JDC on entrance. Yabi holding it down. Molly's later in the sight, and Tabson just getting up close and personal here. Already claimed a double. One more bullet will do, but it's Bro to connect.
How things have worked out for you. As we pointed out, a big risk going for a force buy, but Dust 2 is one of the maps on which you can actually afford to, right? Because the scout here is so overpowered. If you can put one on CT side, 2 people on a scout, force buy is a lot more justifiable, especially if cough cough. Volve, we fix the economy a little bit. But still, pretty impressive stuff. Back to the rifles. And on the other side, Big are not going to be as happy with the pistols. MP9 for Tabson. hoping to go huge with it. And Searson with a scout.
Device goes into short very aggressively with that rifle, and he is going to give it away a little bit. It hasn't actually been recovered, so that's the good news. Bad news is you are running quite low on time, and you need to find some of these fights and kills now, bro. Managing to wrangle in that spray there and process under pressure because of that
Problem
nade.
solved.
Yeah, you're running low on time, but all of a sudden you find all the kills exactly when you need to. And that force bite is just going to be swatted away now from Big. Astralis really stepping up the chase for maybe stealing away this map pick. And Big, they're going to have nothing in retaliation in this round. This is a straight up full eco.
Astralis looking incredibly calm in those positions. They always seem to realize when they are in the better position, right? 30 seconds on the clock. You know you're up against the broken Vido, and with the util coming out, you've taken care of the scout. You know there's a couple pistols and MP9s left in the mix. They'll probably get nervous and try and find some leverage elsewhere on the map. So yeah, denying that bro with a great double, and now it's just the default pistols on the other side. A couple USPs and Stare will gobble up those kills with a big smile on his face.
I mean, look at the HP on the remaining Astralis players. It's
you know what? With the first peak, the first pixel that you show, it goes from 100 to 20.
I'd say 100 to at least 99.
No, I mean, you're 20% of your full potential of confidence.
Wonderful flick there. Process decides to swing. He had no flash or anything like that. Device out. Aggressive towards long, pretty much on his own. He's got a bit of backup in Bro now, and they look to try and turn the screw here in a round like this. Up, seeing him spots the side of Saracen, knows there's only a scout on the other side, which will give Device a lot of confidence going into these engagements. But once you fall into pit, it's just a headshot that you need.
Look at Tabson.
How did you end up here? Well, you were there. Stare. Gets back in the nick of time. It's looking pretty good from Astralis, but if Big rotate accordingly, they can have all hands on deck that they have remaining.
Yeah, the thing is, you still have Yabi in towards the B-bomb side. You want to utilize him, right? You don't want to go blindly to a bomb side right now. You're probably going to send him Bro on a bit of a scouting mission and just take a look to see what's going on. Actually, 45 seconds, they are committing to that play, and Big have the majority of their numbers here.
Got the stack here. Flash is going to be good. Push right through that smoke, and Crimbo dealt with Searson. Still doing a lot of damage, just playing around that smoke towards short, but Device gets the better of him, and JDC is just too far away to have any impact at all. Big are realizing that their map pick is slipping through their fingers, and there might not be too much more that they can do about it. JDC knows he needs to hang on to this rifle, and he's going to just hightail it out of there, get as far away as possible. But you can see Bro is already interested on the hunt here.
Yeah, he needs to stay alive for about 25 more seconds, right? Even 30 with the reset time, so it's not going to be an easy one. Everyone is on the prowl pretty much, and first duel up against Bro. JDC wins it, but now you're running back into her Stare, and you're gonna spot him out any moment now. Gonna try your best to stay alive right now. This is all that you have, and this is nasty from Stare. Dust is up to date. There's been some practice being put in there.
Today up to scratch, just waiting, playing anti-flash here. Process still comes away with a kill, but that's all that the CTs are able to find from that aggressive maneuver over towards long. And Tabson realizing he's going to be in trouble in just a moment. He's screaming for his teammates to get on over here, but even then they might not be enough with just pistols in play. And you can see Astralis, they're just moving up, back turned, waiting to see if the flash peek is going to come in, but it's dry faces from these pistols. The rifles are just going to try and tuck them into bed if they can, and it's only Crimbo that remains stuck towards elevator, trying to just back away through a barrage of bullets and utility, and somehow gets away with just a mere scratch on him. With a massive dent being made in this defense right now, and Astralis are having their way with Big. It's going to be a 12-6 lead, and it's a long road back if the Germans are to recover this one.
Yeah, and that's your map pick as well going into the game. This is the dream start for Astralis going into this tournament. Crimbo still ends up finding one, but they're not going to let you hold on to that 5-7, or, well, that AK, buddy. You can hold on to the 5-7 if you will, but in that situation, Yabi is thinking about the drop. There he goes. And Crimbo has well, just after having played only 2 tournaments with that 5-man lineup, but especially on the back of a start like this one, you are making a statement. Big, one final chance to at least make this Dust 2 a little bit more competitive before we go into Nuke, and Astralis will try and close it out with a B play. Instantly, Crimbo shuts down Device on the double O.
Yeah, the kind of Hail Mary play from Big, they just have enough for a double up, so they're going to wield one, and Crimbo putting his, of course, to good use. Dropping Device. He's going to have to give his instructions now from beyond the grave. And Stare might be in a little bit of trouble. Might be ran down by JDC. Oh, you won't get away for free, Crimbo. Though it's going to overextend a little bit. And Yabi has caught a glance of Searson now up close towards the door. This is where it really could spiral out of control, especially with the late lurk of Bro. Yeah, you really need to hold on right now if you're Astralis towards B. And Stown doing a really good job on that op. The smoke naded open, but Bro now will activate, and he's struck from behind. This will definitely guarantee a plant, and Tabson, he doesn't know which engagement to get involved in, but he needs to try and find a way onto this site. It's a 1 versus 2. It's going to be difficult, and especially when you've already been dinked up, taken down. Big's map pick.
So what I'm trying to say right now, if you're Big, I'm not saying there's no pressure, but surely the pressure isn't on an all-time high, right? You were completely, well, kicked away from your own map pick on Dust 2, but now moving into Nuke, as you pointed out, you get to start on the CT side. You know you're not playing for elimination, so try and stay relaxed, I guess. They're on a boot camp, so that's going to be a nice little bonus to it, right? They could have had a nice team talk in between maps and potentially try and showcase a better level of Counter-Strike here on the CT side. Tabson kicks things up really nicely with a kill onto Stown, but Yabi pretty much instantaneously does find a refrag. At least Big have spotted those T's go down secret.
Yeah, they've got that information. They've got Process, who's already rotated down. Oh, and they found another kill, which is going to be great news for Big. You've got that advantage. You've got Astralis maybe scrambling to try and get back into a round like this. Bro is trying to sell the fake a little bit. He'd love to do it with a kill here. That dink is definitely going to help things. Stare going down will not. Process just going to back up, open up the distance, play close to the door as well. Tries to catch Bro by surprise.
Still dangerous.
No surprise at all. Yeah, you can molly the vent, make sure that nobody's going to rotate down on top of you, but ramp is where you really need to be worried about, and you want to try and win this fight just to allow Device to get this plant off. He will. 1 versus 3, P250 in hand, but taken right out of it with that JDC shot. And it's a 3k from Searson, getting a lot of money, might be able to field an op early as well.
Yeah, this is a great start for Searson, right? We did mention that on Dust 2, it felt like he had a couple moments, right? A couple nice shots with the scout, a couple of good rounds, but all in all, it was just a pretty dire performance. Rotation player, CT side Nuke, extremely important that he gets a good start to things. And Astralis actually decides to go for an eco on the back of getting a bomb plant. So it's just a couple of Deagles spread around. Go for the, as we called it on Dust 2, the Scooby-Doo approach. And you hope that it will work out. 1xbet heavily favoring the Danes for this one. Of course, if you want to take advantage of those odds, make sure you head over to 1xbet and check it out. Use code CCT. You're going to get up to 130 euros of bonus, but make sure you have legal gambling age and, of course, be responsible with it. Seriously, not as responsible as he might have liked to be in that opening fight. Device will take his head clean off the shoulders. At least you find that refrag and some bonus nades on top of those T's to even further damage their chances to find anything going forward. And there's another one from JDC. The nades never end in towards outside on this map. Not anymore.
That was pinpoint right on top. And you're playing that frag with ease. Deagle's still a danger though. Don't want to give them too many opportunities or chances. JDC just relaying that information. Going for an aggressive peek and eventually winning that fight and another. So Pistol's still looking to do a little bit more damage if they can, but extreme.
I feel like it shows a certain level of confidence as well. You know they might be expecting a force buy, but you just bring all those Deagles into the mix. You're relying on the fact that maybe 1 or 2 people will be able to get a kill, and then you have the AKs and the full util going forward. So you don't want to rush your way into the game, so to speak. Early presence in towards outside. Stown already sprinting down Secret, and Tabson will find that opening kill onto Stare. Now, you catch down one player trying to go for the fight in towards top main, and you haven't really spotted anyone going down secret, you could have an idea that there might be people down there, but no confirmed information. So just one rotation, but it's Searson. And he's got a lot of util to work with. Spots out the players. Smoke needs to go down. A little bit of hesitation. Still going to be in time.
Yeah, fumbling with his utility there, which is a big problem. He's going to need those rotations to get down and get down quickly. Instead of just playing around, that smoke catches one by surprise and stops the second as well. Stown eventually refrags him, but the damage has already been done. And Stown, now, the name of the game might just be exactly that. Damage. Take some weapons away from the CTs. If you can get a bomb plant out of this situation, that'd be simply magical. He doesn't quite believe, though, that Big are giving him this much room.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of like you're becoming claustrophobic almost by the amount of space that you have, right? It's a pretty odd one to say. It's a false sense of security, pretty much. You're just hoping that they give you a fight, but no one's gonna give it to you. I mean, you don't believe that they're letting you get away with a bomb plant right now, but you will soon enough realize it. So bomb will go down. At least you get that bonus cash, and there's the confirmation of it. Big. The circle will start shrinking any moment now, and it's all about how many kills he can find. He's actually walked away from the bomb site, and he's gonna make his way down. Now, he has been spotted, so trying to isolate a couple of those fights. Taps and beats him to the punch. It's a nice double kill from the captain. Big keep 4 alive. They get their third on the CT side into right, because they won the pistol, but straight up lost the force by after the fact, or the conversion round after the fact, and we never got to really see them get too comfortable with it. I mean, the final round when they had the double up setup into Orsby, I guess, was the only one. In which they had the full arsenal to work with. So now we're gonna see them a little bit more comfortable, especially if you keep this one clean. But again, as we pointed out, especially against a confident team of Astralis full of that much firepower, when they just have the Deagles, it's not just the Deagles, it's the Deagles. The scary pistols.
Yeah, it's kind of
and yeah, beyond a Tech 9.
No jewels being given at all.
Oh, he's created 3 Pac-Mans with the stickers. Did you see that on the Deagle?
I didn't quite catch
sick.
that.
That was sick. It was on the Deagle print stream, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful.
Beautiful round. Those pistols, absolutely no problem.
What you want ideally is to win one round that's going to enable you to start conditioning Big slowly into the half, right? Even if you don't find a formula to get away with 8-7 rounds on the D side, that's not the amount that you need to stay competitive and be well under control. But yeah, as you pointed out, you want to pick up that first round as quickly as possible. Once again, they go for those early smokes in towards outside. Tapson, though, it's a little bit ahead of the play. Holding for the cross down secret, so anticipating that aggression from Astralis, but this time around there's a little bit more presence in towards the lobby in the form of Yabi lurking in there, so making sure Big don't react to that outside presence. Tapson's gonna get mollied out, doesn't have a smoke, he's gonna be forced into a fight, and he doesn't really want to take this one.
It's a lovely opener to find if you're Astralis, and it's gonna pull a lot of rotations away. They're gonna go for the wrap. They lose Yabi as that adjustment was made. Big decided to double push towards the ramp, and Yabi can do nothing about it. But this wrap is already happening, and Big, they might begin to realize that JDC is hearing all these steps. Prost is just holding as a main walk about to happen. JDC is going for a flank, but
big fight.
He might be just a little bit too slow here. Actually, Astralis slow it down at the perfect time. JDC is going to catch the bomb with its back turned. Stown spotted out as well. One bullet will do. JDC might have just locked in another round for Big.
Yeah, this is massive, taking the initiative. This round is as good as over. Staring, Device, you can't do anything about it. You could be considering the safe at this point of the 2 AKs, and you will be allowed to go for it. I mean, Device is still looking for something, but there's no way you recover that bomb. You make your way into a bomb site, and you find all the kills, and JDC is on a tear right now, on a streak. 10-0, yet to go down. You peek him. You are going down, though. 6 feet under. Stare doesn't want the smoke right now. He's seen enough.
Just taking that initiative as well, you know, rotating down. He hears the steps of a player down secret and just begins to make a move, realizing that Astralis might be rapping. Just taking a big risk, in all honesty. If he goes down there, there might be a pathway towards that lower bomb site, but the risk pays off massively. He's 10-0, and that's a big problem for Astralis, because if he gets confidence in him, you're not going to stop him for the rest of the half.
Yeah, and you know what's the thing though? I'd say it's a calculated risk in that situation because you have two players ready and waiting to rotate down the B bomb side in towards the ramp, right? But then you have only one teammate in towards A, and if he goes down, the A bomb side it's much harder to retake than B would be with those two quick rotations in towards the ramp. So it's a pretty, and obviously the sound cues gave it away in a way. So yeah, a pretty calculated one from JDC, playing with a lot of confidence as well. And Astralis down bad now to the pistols. It's just there on the hero AK. You're going to be hoping for him to go huge there to open your way into a bomb site. But Crimpo getting aggressive up against the half-by might not be the best idea ever. And I feel like he's got a feeling for it. And now he's going to spot the AK. Molotov deployed. Survives it for now. That could have got him really messy there.
Yeah, luckily he had the molly. Good piece of counter utility. Just making sure that he's not going to be ran down. On Astralis, they are playing these rounds quite patiently. They're just looking for openings, but the problem is Big aren't really giving them any openings whatsoever. It needs to come down to Astralis actually winning a gunfight, which has been few and far between. You can see they've only got 5 kills so far this map, averaging 1 a round so far, and nothing just yet. A lot of damage done to Tabson there. He is going to spot out that play now. JDC with a big kill on Bro. They can rotate down the vent and get 2 down in time. Just to try and stop this play. JDC eventually going to be overwhelmed, but the pistols still doing the damage. Boses stuck in the vent. 1 bullet will do. Stown misses his, but luckily he's got a teammate, and they're just going to sprint out onto this B bomb site. Crimbo going to be holding the line, spotted out here. Stown might just be able to get away with a plant just in the nick of time. HE surely lands flush. 22 HP, a sliver of health on both players. It's down to just the bullet. Is it going to connect? Does Stown realize that Tabson is already creeping so close? Looking for the peak, looking for the jiggle. Can't react in time. Tabson has played Stown like a fiddle and is able to recover it. It's still perfect from Big.
Yeah. Does he get enough time to pick up the up? Yes, he will. Defuse is going to come in, and it's another big round from JDC, man. He got a second kill while being, what, 1 HP? But still, that was incredibly scary. And this ring around the rosy with him around the bomb site. Waited for the Dane to get nervous and go for a peek. Still, 6 rounds. Odds shifting. Astralis. It might be about time to win your first round if you want to avoid complete and utter terror as you go into the latter stages of that first half, because things could start getting a little bit scary. It's D-side nuke, obviously. You don't need all the rounds in the world to feel comfortable going into the second half and to be able to salvage it, but eventually you're gonna have to start giving them a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, you don't need many rounds, but you need some. And for Astralis,
yeah, right,
they need to come quite quickly. Yeah,
even if you're optimistic, the phrase is still a glass half full. It's not a glass not full. Right. This is much better though.
Shattering around Big right now is Astralis. We'll get down towards this B bomb site. Rotations are going to be few and far between. Everybody above ground right now. Astralis, they can get a bomb down here and they can get in quite comfortable post plants. The money is still quite fine on Big, so if they want to attempt this one, they can't go to it. But it really depends on if Searson can find anything. He's been smoked off. Tabson might just want to call this one a day. Astralis might have finally got that round that they're after. Yabby, a real danger. Crimbo didn't see him, and that definitely confirms it. Astralis finally have won.
Yeah, thankfully for Big, it's not a money decision, right? It's more of a, okay, we're retaking the B-bomb side on nuke in a 3 versus 4. Tapson's low, Searson's on the nope. We're probably not going to win this round, so we can take care of our economy in the long term. They do have enough cash to go for a couple reinvestments, but this is a big round for Astralis, right? They were after it for such a long time. And as you pointed out, even the fact that they weren't able to do, well, pretty much any damage, in little to no damage in the first 5 rounds, was a bit scary. But now on the back of a half buy, that brings you to a bomb plant and 4 kills. You win this one with 3 players surviving. There's something to smile about. And as we pointed out, 13 kills and only 2 deaths. It's going to be interesting to see how Stair does in the second half. For now though, still on the D side, and his team needs him to pop off.
Fast boost from the device towards outside.
Loving the pace.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Tabson, never seen it coming. Rotation. coming in from Searson, trying to hold the pixel angle. He is going to be smoked off, however, so won't really be able to find that trade just yet. And Astralis, this tempo change might just be what they're after. They're going to be very quick in towards A main here. Process is going to go line up a smoke, and yeah, could be caught off guard here. Spots a glimpse and is able to tuck himself into safety.
Yeah, didn't even give you the time to react in towards the lobby if you're big right now. Astralis just bringing in the pace, and now they've shown themselves from main, but they're not really committing to the play. That's making Big really nervous. Process is gonna look for something. It doesn't make sense to him. They gave him the jiggle, but they never gave him the fight. Finally, they do, and he wins the first one.
Swats out a second as well. He has that information. He knows that there's at least another player here, but they are so worried about what might be going on towards lobby. And they still have absolutely zero clue what Astralis are doing here.
I feel like Astralis have zero clue as well. I mean, you were expecting the reaction in towards lobby, probably. You were waiting for Yabi to get a kill, but now that he hasn't, you could be expecting more people in towards A. I feel like this is why you're pretty much afraid to commit, but now you've given enough time for Stare to get onto the flank, and Device has picked up another one. Molotov is gonna force Process out of position. Refrags come in, but Crimpo's still alive and kicking towards the back of the side.
Yabi activates, comes right through that hut, knocks Crimbo out of the round. JDC spotted coming up the vent, still manages to find that kill. JDC to save the day, not this time around.
Device to work with it in the middle of the round, finds another one. Stare on the flank as well and towards heaven. Not a lot of things could have gone wrong there for Astralis. I mean, Crimbo could have. But as silly as that might sound, he did find just the double.
Drop the Molotov. HE is going to chip away a lot of health on Yabi. That is going to land flush. Now, that is not perfectly ideal. Searson going down to Stare towards outside. Astralis don't really have to commit towards this ramp idea if they don't want to, but they do want to. Perfect flash from Device. Bro, set up for success, and Crimbo was just simply no match for all those T's making their way down. Now, the CTs have to rotate in time. They're already here. Process has actually beaten that Molotov, but he's been burned. He's burned in it. Bro, low HP. Process needs to find this kill. That's going to be the real difference maker. And Bro going to continue to push forward. JDC this time around will only claim one. And Tabson realizing this
in the pool right now. And that was a great example. The majority of the time, especially CT side or T side nuke when you're playing, you're going to try and avoid the CT side open on the enemy team. And that's what happened, right? You shut down Searson, and as you pointed out, that's why you trigger that play in towards the ramp straight away, but not wasting any time. Scaling up towards outside is just a have by now for Big. Economy proving to be a bit of an issue, and Astralis are just running through this one, but the Process is running through them with the MP9. Rifle picked up. They might have something to say about this. Sadly, Tapson still has only a USP, and we'll have to give away that A-bomb site for now.
For now, Process is very quick in his rotation towards Hell. Tabson might be in a position to go for a little pinch. There's the information. Tabson, there's a fight coming to you. You know about it. Process finds yet another frag. Yeah, this is where it can get very scary indeed for Astralis. This was meant to be a comfortable round, but not so comfortable at this stage of the game. Device, too busy chucking away guns. Might have just chucked away the round. Down, trying to rescue it this time. Flash in. Playing around the smoke here. Tabson trying to clutch up once again in this 1 versus 1. He's already been spotted. Oh, and he is cool, calm, and collected in the clutch. Big.
By the way, he jiggled that angle 5 times, then goes for the white swing with the Molotov, and this is exactly when Tabson peaks ahead of that second smoke opening up. Play to perfection. Going back to the conversation that we had about Process and the impact of his skills, it's not about the quantity of it. It's about the quality. Speaking of which, Device. Don't know how that happened, but he's gonna take it. And Tabson is out of the round already. Same for JDC. No chance to react.
This will be some reaction, though, after losing a round that you may be shutting. All of a sudden, you've taken 3 big players out of the server, and there's been nothing in retaliation right now. Only 2 CTs sit on this bomb site in Astralis. They just continue to freeze here. They know that Big are going to get a little bit uncomfortable, especially with Stern wrapping in towards heaven. Crimbo's a dead man. Process trapped in towards the hut. Only a matter of time before he goes down. Wants to take a few with him, but it's just the one. And Astralis will make sure that, again,
Yeah, it was great, but going into the CT side, this is going to be a scary one for Big, by the way. I can already tell. The individuals on Astralis just look incredibly sharp. And you can even tell, by the way, that they're... Most of the rounds, I feel like now, they just feel comfortable enough to send individuals into towards outside to look for the opening kill. They've been finding it so many times, and the A-pop comes in straight away. Final round of the half. Process finds one, though. You're running into a blender.
Running into those pistols, you need to find some success, but it might just be misery on the cards for Astralis. In a round like this, once again, they might have met their match. Pistols and SMGs might be their kryptonite. JDC certainly has been, but not this time around. Stare. Slow on the approach. Doesn't want to walk into this one without thinking it out a little bit, and he's going to just slow it down here, dictate the pace a little bit, see if Crimbo is going to make his move. And Crimbo in the exact same position he was last round.
The thing is, in a couple seconds, Crimbo's going to start turning around in towards heaven, right? Because on the def cam, you saw Stare run in towards, well, not run, but start walking in towards the ramp, and you can already tell Crimbo's starting to feel that lack of comfort. Stare's taking such a long time. Crimbo might have to make a move, but he's repositioning towards Mustang. And this is a great play right now, but he's putting himself in a really exposed position. It's all about the timing. Stare going for the P. Crimbo not looking the right way. Does he get spotted out? Absolutely not. Stare is not ready for the elevated angle. Crimbo takes this 1v1 home. 8 rounds on the CT side for Big at the end of the first half. And this is something that they can surely work with going into that T side.
Yeah, they definitely can, man. But look, an 8-4 scoreline, I don't think that tells really the full story. There's a lot of 1v1s in there that, you know, Astralis can feel pretty hard done by in some of the situations, you know.
Sure.
It could have been a whole lot closer. Definitely a few rounds in there that Astralis wish they could have back for sure. But
in the end of the day, it's still 4 rounds on the T side, right? I mean,
Exactly.
if you win the pistol here, you're still in a pretty competitive game. So this is once again, as on Dust 2, pretty much a gentleman's agreement between the two teams, I guess you could say.
A few handshakes exchanged, of course, and well, a few pistol bullets now. JDC does not seem to miss too often at all. Of course, you're going to give him everything he wants in this round. If he wants a deagle, you're going to buy it for him. 18-7 right now. He could really just be the spearhead into a victory that Big need, but cut down by the USPs on the cross. Astralis have the information. The rotate down is going to come in, and Bro is going to be in position. He's hearing all these steps making their way down towards double. The jump out dealt with, and cut to pieces as they try and enter onto that B bomb site
to mold him down. And this is what we were talking about. You win that pistol round, and now things are looking much more comfortable out of nowhere. You're looking at an 8-5, potentially 6, considering Big will most likely, on the back of not getting that bomb plant, go for an eco, and that's exactly what happens. So, I guess just that Tech 9 for JDC. You're hoping that this could do a little bit of damage. You know what? It did do a little bit of damage, but that's going to be about the extent of it.
It's going to be about the height of it for sure. It's Astralis now making their...
That's the confidence, I guess, going into this one. Good vibes only in the Astralis camp.
Buyback here, Big on their first gun round, trying to have this success. Device is going to start down secret. They'd open that smoke here. Process is going to try and get across. He's going to be caught completely out in the open. That was perfectly timed. And Stown shuts down Process. Tabson's being heard every step of the way. Device is going to be tucked in this close corner, and if Tabson continues to walk his way down and doesn't clear out his angles, it'll be 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, this angle from Device is an awful position to clear out, by the way. 9 out of 10 times you're not looking there, especially in a 1v1. The good news is, he's going to wait for his teammates to make first point of contact. Never mind, Tabson clears him out. I believe Device was actually starting to move forward, but now you have Yappy going in for the refrag, and Tabson might not be ready for this. Molotov deployed. Yeah, Tabson's completely tunnel vision. Yappy's going to run him down. In the meantime, though, reaction in towards the A-bomb side has came through, and Stair will fall down.
Yeah, Molly towards heaven. Bro is going to be locked out for now. Stown quick in towards the lobby, and it's not going to be a comfortable postman at all for Big, but they Need to try and hold on here. JDC low on the site. Crimbo just dealt with instantly. Spam from Yabi through the smoke is able to connect. JDC now left alone. He's been the best man for Big, but this surely is going to be way too much. And yet, as soon as he starts firing a bullet, as soon as they start realizing where he is, they just converge on top of him. It's another Astralis round, and Big, they come close, but close at this stage of the game is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, and now Astralis are starting to pick up the slack a little bit on the CT side. It's a reality. It's the giveaway happening over at Hellcase, so make sure you go and check them out. Look at the banner below the description of the stream. Half-bite coming up. Util Tech 9s. All the good stuff. For a typical German set-piece play from Big. Let's see if it's going to pay them any dividends, though. As we said, you want to keep that CT side economy at bay. And that's a perfect round to do so.
The execute's going to be good. How is the defense going to fare, though? Just juggling a little bit of utility right now. If the pop comes at the wrong time, this could be a big problem. But Stair is in a really good position towards the top of the site. He should be good for at least the first. And the majority of the pistols are going to be making their way out of
They're going to flash him
in just a moment. Yeah. Need to flash him off this angle.
Tapson will. Flash is going over. Tapson with the close ones. Utility coming in. Astralis need to turn around. Bigger still taking their time. They're waiting for the perfect moment for this. Baiting out Utah right now.
Unless Util, less likely they are able to stop, but eventually they're going to have to go. Flash through the door here, they're going to meet in the middle. Crimbo finds that opening kill, but the CTs are trying to put these rifles to good use, and they will. Searson now out onto the site. Device has to react in time, and luckily will trade out his teammate. It's a good hold all in all for Astralis. It definitely could have went sideways for sure, but they managed to steer that one on course, and they are on course to maybe take the lead if they take this next gun round.
Honestly, this was a great set piece from Big. If you're Astralis, you're happy you didn't lose this round, right? They bet out the util twice, then you see the, I guess, overhand flashes from both Crimbo in towards Squeaky and then from Tapson in towards the HUD. That flash in towards the HUD, by the way, this is the only way that you can efficiently flash the player playing on top of the bomb site. But when you combine it with the nades coming in from Searson from the T-roof, that was a really difficult one. Quite scary, but Astralis still able to hold on to it. And as we pointed out, Big were after just doing the damage. They were able to do so, but now you're after winning rounds on the T side, and Device opens things up. Searson out of the equation. Device is going to look for a little bit more there.
Yeah, doesn't spot anything through those smokes. They've wasted all their HEs, so won't be able to blow them open anymore. Big are going to need to re-smoke here if they want to get across safely. And that's exactly what they're going to do, but that is if they want to go down secret. They might want to try and walk in front of these. Device walking in towards the ramp. He's got a little bit of support in Bro. Is he going to clear out this close angle? Realizing the op might be close. Device is going to miss, but not with a Tech 9. Pulls it out in time. And now, Big's outside presence is all that is left. Process has been felled. Tabson, absolutely no match for Stone's rifle, and neither is JDC, as Big are full.
Set piece coming up probably with a hero rifle for JDC. Just the AK. He's been hitting some good shots. He's on 22 and 12. You got to put him on the rifle. Everyone else is going to be on the pistols, but you need a big round from some of those players, or at least from one of them right now. And you'd be hoping for the man to be John DeCastro, and in towards the round they go. Bro might not be ready for this.
Yeah, he tries to get in front of the smoke here. Oh, the dink onto JDC, and when you trade headshots with an AK, you're usually gonna come out worse for wear. Device does so quick on the rotation down. Searson dropped. Device this time will miss, and the pistols might be able to move a little bit closer, but he will not miss the second time around. JDC so low on HP, and Device is just going to be folding any attempt at a round here from Big. And Tabson realizes a reluctant look on his face as he realizes he has to get down the vent to try and save the day, but yeah.
So I guess if you refrag the opener, if Device misses, you could have a chance going into this one, but he's been playing so well. You can't really rely on him to miss a shot right now. You need to make him miss, and they haven't really been able to do so. Early util damage inflicted upon Tapson and Process. Bleed, or Big starting to bleed out. Made it a tongue twister. And Stown, how did you get yourself in here? Guess one for free. The refrag will come in. You see Tapson discussing things mid-round. Of course, Process probably not happy with the way that he did go down, but it's still 1 for 1. and one that you can work with. But Device once again changing a position, this time aggressing in towards the lobby, and the more time passes, Bro approaches from the ramp. Astralis will clear out that entire part of the map. They know exactly what's going on.
The crunch in towards the lobby is great. Astralis, they're going to discover at least that part of the map is free. They're hearing the util being rained on over. They know that it's not going to be event dive. Do they realize that it is going to be the secret walk that's happening? They're rotating accordingly. Crimbo is going to fall. You've got 2 players below the bomb site. Tabson's going to try and maneuver to try and bamboozle Astralis a little bit further, but stare in towards the vent. He spots out the initial play. Great flashbang. Wants to just make sure that he stays alive. You've only got 20 seconds if you're big. You need to go quickly, and they're going to decide. They're going to use Tabson in towards heaven, but he has been taken out of there straight away. 15 seconds, sprint onto the site and get past Device and Bro if you can, but you can't. It's
Denmark again, and now it's Big's heads. He's living there rent-free. He's just moving all the time, this guy. Can't stay still. And it does feel like Big just can't figure it out right now. Everything you try, everywhere you go, Device is there finally. They get a kill, and that's on to Stare, but Bro's in a great position, and Device is just racking them up. Yeah, they've just hit a brick wall. Never mind, I have something better. It's not
Big have a little bit of a time to recover, and they still have time to recover in this game, but they need to try and pry an opening. Device towards outside this time round. With that AWP, has a lot of support, but Searson able to stop him.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen that fight go the way of Searson, and it's really important for him to get a good start of things. Still fighting. They're not giving up, but you still gotta deal with Stown. 1 kill goes his way, hasn't seen anything else, knows that the Oprah was around as well, and Searson not ready for the peak. Stown caught in between switching guns, but the reaction coming in towards the ram, Bro needs to win that fight and does. Crimbo goes down. It's just Tapson and JDC left.
Yavi spots a glimpse, holds down mouse 1, and he knows exactly where Tabson is coming. Now where he's going is going to be up for debate, but Astralis are ready. They've got 2 players down towards B. The double doors are going to swing wide open, and the stars are out tonight. Ted Astralis